What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Lead From Here podcast. I am Jason. Today we are talking about balancing family and a career. This is a topic that I am terrible at personally. It's something that over the years I have struggled with significantly. I am hot and cold. I'm really focused on the family and less focused at work, or I'm really focused on work and I'm less focused on the family. And it's just this pendulum that keeps going back and forth and back and forth. You may be thinking to yourself right now, I don't have a family, I don't even have a spouse, I don't see significant other, I don't have any of those things, can't connect with this. And that may be true for you, but ultimately as you grow into leadership or your company grows in size or experience, you'll start to deal with more people, you'll start to lead people that are in this situation. They are trying to understand the balance between family and work and babies and kids growing up and school plays and sick kids and all the things that come with being a family. You'll have to help them work through that and understand the balance and how to figure it all out. As I said earlier, I struggle with this concept a lot. Balancing family and business is something that I have not been great at. And recently I was listening to a Nick Barrick podcast and I heard him talk about the difference between all in and all consumed. All in means that you're all in. I'm all in. I'm focused on the things that mean the world to me, but I compartmentalize and I save energy for the things that mean the world to me and my family and the things that mean the world to me and my business. All consumed means that you are all consumed on that one thing, and that one thing is taking all your energy, and you are putting at risk both of those things because you're so all consumed on the one thing. You may have a ton of progress here, but at some point it's going to destroy the other thing. So let's say you're really focused on your career and you're neglecting your kids and neglecting your significant other or spouse. You are putting your family at risk. And when that collapses, you will be in a different space to be able to focus on your work. So you will now be in a space where you're trying to pick up the pieces, or your family fell apart and you had to get a divorce, and now you are a single parent that is dealing with co-parenting, that is dealing with all these things, and now you can't focus on your job. And that falls apart. So now both things have fallen apart because you're so consumed with one thing. The same thing can happen in the family, but it's less likely. But it happens. If you focus all on your family, you don't focus on your job, you're putting yourself in a position where you could lose your job. Then you can't afford to live, and now your family's in a really bad spot. It's important to understand the balance and try and avoid the pendulum that I was talking about earlier. You can't always be in the pendulum where it's I'm always all consumed by work and I'm always all consumed by family. It can't be one or the other. It has to be compartmentalized and say that when I'm focused on work, I'm all in on work. When I'm focused on family, I'm all in on family. And that becomes harder and harder the higher you climb the corporate ladder. But at the end of the day, as long as you're setting your boundaries, which we've talked about in other episodes, as long as you're setting your boundaries, it will work itself out through time. You'll set your boundaries, and as long as you're getting your job done and you're a fantastic employee and you're a great leader, it won't matter. The boundary setting will set its tone and say, hey, I need this time with my family, but I'm still going to crush for you when I'm here. Those things work itself out in the end. If you're in an unhealthy company, it might not. Most of the stuff on this channel is not going to be directed to people that work at unhealthy companies, because you really are in a bad spot, and there's nothing I can say and there's really nothing you can do to really change that unless you truly believe you're in a position to change that company's culture. But it's a different fight and a different conversation. You can't set boundaries in a company that doesn't respect boundaries. For me, I'm going to try and get out of that pendulum, that the being all consumed in both places, and really putting myself in a position for burnout. And hopefully I can focus on being all in and compartmentalizing the things that need to happen to be focused on my family and work as harmoniously as possible. I'll report back. I have no idea how this is going to go. Ultimately, it's something that's very important to me and something that I've been trying to figure out for a very long time. I'm just not great at it. So hope this is helpful. If you have any questions or want to dive deeper on any topics, please hit me up, jason@leadfromhere.co. If you like what you're hearing, please like, subscribe. Basically anywhere I am, I would appreciate it. Take care, and see you again soon.